It's that time, America. What goes up must wipe out.
Are you ready for the mayhem?
And wipe out they will, as 24 competitors fall headlong into a battle for $50,000 on the world's largest and most extraordinary obstacle course. We'll see magnificent falls, sensational tumbles, and astonishing spills. Only our mightiest four will advance to the most challenging obstacle course of all, the Wipeout Zone. The epic competition begins now. One will become a champion, but all will wipe out.
I need my mom.
Hello, America, and welcome to Wipeout. I'm John Anderson, and with me, as always, my good friend John Henson.
Tonight, we're doing a special crossover episode with one of my favorite shows, Grey's Anatomy.
Patrick Dempsey's coming.
No, but all night long, I'll call you McFour-Eyes, and you call me McHotPants.
No, I won't, and no, you can't. Tonight, 24 men and women will bravely tackle the biggest obstacle course ever assembled.
How about McAwesome? McHandsome? McBigballs?
McStop It. The last one standing at the end of the day will walk away with $50,000.
But in order to get the cash, they'll have to conquer the Wipeout Qualifier.
This week, John, they start by facing down the doorknob.
Knock on our doors and they'll ring your bell.
Classic sucker punch is next,
Our Wipeouts now come in a rainbow of colors.
followed by the big balls with their tag team partner, the Motivator.
Look, they're so excited, they're jumping up and down.
Then it's on to the earth-moving Shake-a-lator.
That is a 9.0 on the Wipeout.
And finally, the Shapeshifter.
Round and round she goes. How you wipe out is anybody's guess.
Of our starting field of 24 competitors, only those with the top 12 times will move past the qualifier and on to our second round.
Well, Johnny, let's get started. Now waiting at the top of the course is our first competitor of the day, and doesn't she look sweet?
Oh, yeah!
And a little spicy.
This is Andrea Mansour, and she says $50,000 will improve her quality of life.
Earlier, our McSideline reporter, Jill Wagner, spoke to her about it.
Okay, so, Andrea, what do you do for a living?
I'm unemployed. I don't do anything.
So you really do need the $50,000.
I really do.
And what are you gonna do with the $50,000?
I'm actually gonna get a nose job.
Nose job? What about getting a regular job? It's perfect for our Grey's Anatomy tie-in. Andrea wants a nose job, and our facility was designed with rhinoplasty in mind. The door knock will provide a mild anesthetic. Please choose operating room 1, 2, or 3.
Oh, that'll put her under.
Oh, doesn't taste good. Oh.
John, she should not have chosen number 2. She was hammered by, a giant hammer.
All right, Andrea. Now that you're feeling a little woozy, it's time to consult with our ear, nose, and throat specialist, the sucker punch. At this stage, we have to break your nose.
Ah! John, the sucker punch, such a fine-tuned surgical instrument.
Cyrano de Bergerac.
Oh my gosh, ridiculous!
Andrea, there is nothing ridiculous about our big balls. Except now they move up and down, making them pretty much impossible.
I'm gonna go jump on you!
Yes, jumping is the preferred method of crossing the big ball.
No!
And that is the preferred method for falling off the big ball. Rhinoplastered.
Now on to Dr. Shake-a-lator, where Andrea will get a full facial realignment. She simply needs to make it from one side to the other without falling down or sliding backwards.
Well, she's back on her feet. Hoping her face doesn't become a Picasso painting at this point. Ooh, McShake-a-lated.
Andrea nosedives her way, though, right to our last obstacle, the Shapeshifter.
Yeah, she needs to stop touching that honker and get on the swinging platform.
Final obstacle here. Get through one of the shapes and make it to the finish platform on the other side. She looks ready. Here she goes. Ooh. Nipped, tucked, and rolled her way right past the finish platform. Now she'll have to go over to the alternate ending spot. Andrea gonna finish with a time of around 4.5 minutes.
And with a brand new nose, Wipeout style. Now hold your head up high and let's have a look at you, huh? Whoa, I think we went McOverboard.
Never give up, never surrender!
Ooh, John, she's tough. What is she, law enforcement, military, mercenary?
That's Jill's job, to get answers to your questions.
Now, you have a really fun job. What is that?
I'm a middle school PE teacher.
Okay, now I'm scared.
Was there anything you'd like to say to your students?
You know what? Never give up, never surrender.
Deborah's class may be ready for a dodgeball war, but is she ready for what's behind door number 3? No! Oh, take that, you PE teachers! Now who's the scrawny little wuss that can't climb the rope, huh? Huh, Mr. Gilbert, huh?
Are you having gym class flashbacks, Johnny?
Shut up!
Ooh.
Now might be a good time to consider giving up.
Never.
and never walk into a punch.
These ain't no dodgeballs.
Debbie, you're right. It would be totally unfair if these balls were moving. Wait a minute.
Never give up. Never
Oh! Deborah has got enough determination for a 50-foot tall woman.
That's a lot of woman.
That was just a metaphor, Jill.
Never give up. Never surrender.
Maybe the shake-a-lator will shake her confidence.
Or just melt the skin on her knees.
Never give up.
Well, you need to get up and jump across. Here she goes.
Bring it.
Oh!
Bring it.
Deborah needs to pick up the pace here. Jill, do you have any words of encouragement?
Never give up, never surrender.
No, I meant your own words.
Never give up.
Got it. Go get it.
A little too much.
Jill, Deborah Blackwell took her shot, but she never gave up and finished with a time of 4 minutes, 9 seconds.
Now go climb that rope, gym teacher.
Yeah, let's go back to the top.
I'm gonna rock this course, yeah!
Wow, looks like Hootie ate the blowfish.
John, this is actually Scott Grigger. He's a 33-year-old handyman from Palmdale, California.
Oh, great. Well, let's see if Mr. Fix-It can fix these tricky doors. No one seems to be able to get through them, Johnny. Oh!
Door knock unhinging Mr. Fix-It's parts.
Hey, wait a minute. I'm starting to think there's something funny with these doors.
Just now figuring that out, are you?
3 contestants, 3 different doors. Are there 3 hammers?
You are a human calculator, my friend. Contestants struggling all across our course today. Oh!
Whoa! Did she just take a door with her?
At the sucker punch, they're either hitting the canvas or getting painted like one.
Those big balls are bouncing people left, right, and center.
Putting a serious issue on the shake-a-lator.
And the shapeshifter is downright confounding people. Hey, maybe a superhero can tackle this course. Does this guy have super strength?
This is Jason DeMuro, and he has superpowers, but in chemistry. Jill found out he recently won a science fair.
So what was your science fair experiment?
We did a microscale method for determining vapor pressure of volatile mixtures.
This guy is super boring.
Go on.
So basically, like, we would take, like, 2 different chemicals, like ethanol and methanol or something, and we would mix them together in a bubble, and we could tell what
putting
was in
people
it.
to sleep.
Equations.
Equations.
Yeah, they're awesome. They're cool.
Yeah, so are slide rules.
Let's see if Captain Chemistry can conquer the devious shapeshifter.
Yeah, it's a good one. I think he's gonna need to call his sidekick, Geometry Jeff.
Captain Chemistry! Nuclear wasted.
As we leave the adventures of our mild-mannered chemist,
Captain Chemistry!
let's see if 19-year-old marathon runner Ashley Morgan will be up to the challenge.
You know, John, our course is kind of like a marathon, only instead of handing out water, we hand out...
Hammers?
Yes. Well, our marathon runner can't do it. Is there anyone who can conquer these doors?
Don't know. Jill?
I'm down here with Yana Zharnova. Yana, welcome to Wipeout.
Thank you. I'm really, really happy to be in the United States. And when I win and take your money, I'm gonna have a beautiful American baby. She's gonna look like me. Of course, it's gonna be beautiful. And I already have a nice, really nice sperm donor. And I think my country will be proud of me.
Wow, and where are you from originally?
I was born in USSR as a communist. I shouldn't say that.
Go communist.
All right, Jill, here comes our commie mommy right up to the door knock. If she can pass through the iron curtain, she'll be one step closer to winning that baby.
Oh, baby!
Yeah, Yana got knocked up.
Well, let's hope Yana's luck improves with the sucker punch.
John, this is just like Rocky IV.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is. The sucker punch must break her.
Up ahead is 41-year-old Ronald Clark, who has been on the shake-a-lator for more than 4 minutes now.
Oh, you know, John, the commercial says if you experience a shake-a-lator that lasts for more than 4 minutes, you should consult your physician.
Different commercial there, McGenius.
Boy.
However, it appears Ronald's finally getting up and making some progress.
I don't know, John. It looks like he's just banging his head against a wall.
Jill, I don't think he's going anywhere. Perhaps this would be a convenient time to take a break.
Take a break? I can't stop watching.
John, your head is shaking.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, well, I was worried there for a minute. Welcome back to Wipeout, where we have 24 competitors all vying for $50,000. But only 12 of them will take the next step and into our next round. When we left off, Ronald Clark was on the shake-a-lady.
Wait a minute, is he still up there? Hand me the remote to this thing, Johnny. I'll take care of this. All you gotta do is increase the speed just a little bit. A little bit more. Almost there. And bingo. All right, problem solved. Jill, who's next?
All right, thank you, fellas. I'm down here with Cody Elsie. Cody, welcome to the show.
The Fluffy Diva is here!
I love it. Now, why do they call you the Fluffy Diva?
Because I gained so much weight. I'm like, you know what? I'm still cute. I'm still a diva. So, hey, now I'm just a Fluffy Diva.
So $50,000 is a ton of money. What are you planning on buying first?
Lipo?
No, you can't take the fluff out of the Fluffy Diva.
Let's watch how the diva does against the door knocker. She can choose either door 1, 2, or 3.
The diva will prevail!
That's the attitude, Cody. There's no you in Wipeout. Oh, wait, yes, there is. Oh!
Too late. But I think it was her extra layer of fluff that protected her. It was sort of like, you know, fluffing an old cushion.
Absolutely.
Well, it looks like, she's able to fluff herself up. She's gonna make it through and save a lot of time.
Yeah, she's doing great, and I'm sure that fluffy exterior is gonna come in handy on the sucker punch. Oh! You might need more fluffing in the forehead area.
Oh! John getting the stuffing knocked out of her.
Gotta imagine this is what it's like watching Tyson fluff pillows.
That's cool.
Hey, John, who's this tiny little guy?
Well, at 5'4", this is our smallest male competitor of the day. As Jill discovered, he's a tiny man with a big name.
Okay, guys, I've got Joel Grande down here with me. Welcome to the show, Joel.
Thanks, Jill, for having me.
Okay, so Joel, tell us something really interesting about you from your past.
Well, I used to work for a candy company.
You did? Like a chocolate factory?
Oh, he's adorable. Can I take him home? Can I?
Daddy, I want an Oompa Loompa.
So we have an 80-pound Oompa Loompa and a 1,000-pound hammer. Whoever's taking the Loompa home might get it slightly damaged.
Oompa Loompa Loompa-dee-doo. This door's been a puzzle for you. And you. And definitely you.
Oh, man.
John up ahead on the course, 42-year-old Kurt Fuller. He's taking quite a ride on the shake-a-lator. Before he went head over heels, Jill found out about one of his passions.
Now, I understand that you've got an interesting Saturday morning ritual. What is that?
Absolutely, Jill. Every Saturday morning, I get up early and I feed the birds, and I sit and hang out with my friends, the birds.
Ew.
Aw.
Some friend.
You're like Cinderella.
Kurt Fuller, not exactly flying toward the shapeshifter.
I'm extremely tired.
Oh, John, that's a symptom of the bird flu.
Well, let's hope he has enough energy to take flight.
Come on!
Oh, the Birdman soaring like a majestic rock.
Kurt Fuller perched at the finish spot with a time of 4:17. John, let's check out Holly Hansen, who says she's going to use her Swiss heritage to conquer the big balls.
Come on, Swiss fist!
Have the Swiss ever conquered anything?
Nope.
Just the cocoa thing, really.
Tiny marshmallows.
Yeah, I love those.
I got it.
Boasting that she's got it is Sarah Hastings. And John, she's also got a nickname, Chewy. She'll help us out.
Okay, guys, I've got Sarah Hastings down here with me. Welcome to the show, Sarah. You big fan? All right, so I know you've thought of a strategy, right?
Hey, ask her why they call her Chewy.
So all your friends and your family, do they know you're coming on the show?
Chewbacca lumbering her way up to the big balls.
Good job, Chewy.
Yeah, she's hoping that the big balls will be an Ewok in the park. Yeah, you heard me.
Wish I hadn't.
Oh!
Hey, Chewy can speak.
Chewy has a potty mouth.
Well, Jill, maybe our last contestant, Frank Beasley, can clean it all up and conquer this course. His friends say he is a force of nature.
Huh, you don't say.
Hold your bag!
Jill, you okay down there?
Well, at least the wind died down.
Well, Jill, you don't have to worry for long because Frank Beasley is about to get the wind knocked out of him by our door knock. What the? Oh my God, he's like a heavy metal ninja.
Air knock. That's not supposed to happen. Frank escaping and heads over to the sucker punch wall. And he looks to be climbing the wall.
Yeah, he's putting up quite a fight, but he is getting pounded.
Oh, the forbidden speed bag.
And he's still going, Johnny. He's not a force of nature, he's a freak of nature.
All right, this guy's starting to freak me out a little bit.
A little bit? Are you watching this nut job?
Ah, but he's no match for the big balls. Jill, how's he look from your vantage point?
Frank is crazy.
Well, he's making good time approaching the Shakelator, an obstacle that nobody has made so far today.
He's quickly around to the backside, but it's this final leap that gives everybody trouble. Hey, success!
Wow.
Oh, freaky.
He's flying through the course.
Well, unless the shapeshifter sends Frank to another dimension, it is almost a lock he'll make it to the next round. Here he goes. Hoorah! Oh!
He's landed inside one of the openings.
Talk about a square dude in a round hole.
Buddy, this ain't a Ferris wheel, huh? 2 more tickets or you gotta get off. Here he goes.
Freak of nature, Frank Beasley will be moving on, and I'll be fighting a hiding spot where he can't find me. Also moving on, we've got Captain Chemistry, Jason Nemuro, Oompa Loompa Joel Grande, Deborah Never Give Up, Never Surrender Blackwell, Kami Mami Yana Jernova, and Scott Mr. Fix-It Griggers.
Hello again and welcome back here to Wipeout.
We started with 24 contestants, but after our qualifier, we are down to 12. Let's take a look and see who's left.
We have Frank, Freak of Nature Beasley, Captain Chemistry Jason DeMuro, and Andrea, she's looking for her nose job man Sewer.
We also have Deborah Never Give Up, Never Surrender Blackwell, Chewy Hastings, and Kurt the Birdman Fuller.
Fine contestants, all of them, but not all of them can stay. They're about to face down the double cross.
Oh, sweet, sweet double cross. Double the wipeouts, quadruple my pleasure. You see, it's funny because it's not me.
That's adorable. You're just a big kid at heart, aren't you?
Are you trying to call me fat?
Here's how the double cross works. Our 12 contestants stand on a 10-foot-high starting platform as 4 planks move in a circular motion. Contestants must jump onto one of the green planks to begin, then use the one red plank to get off the finished platform. Adding to the intrigue of it all, Johnny, there are 4 sweeper arms rotating in the opposite direction. Avoiding the sweeper arms, good. Wiping out, bad. It means you have to start the whole thing all over again. It's a single heat with the first 6 to make it across, moving on to the next round.
It's like a human food processor. Delicious wipeout.
Our contestants are on that platform and ready to go.
All right, let's get down to the action. Johnny, I have not seen a livelier bunch of contestants since, well, last week.
Good luck, you guys. Whatever. I'll be first. Come on, come on.
There's the horn. The game has begun. Anybody can go. No one's going.
I don't know if they're waiting for the right moment or just scared.
Oh, it's Deborah making the bold first move.
The PE teacher fails the double cross, but gets an A for her wipeout.
Joel Oompa Loompa Grande with an attempt. Oh, right in the sawsberries.
Oh, and Baruka assaulted by the sweeper arm. Let's look at that in Wonka vision. Oompa Loompa gets knocked down by our everlasting contestant stopper.
Andrea Nose Job Man Sewer making a run for it.
Oh, and she's out by a nose.
Mr. Fix-It Scott Griggers ratcheting it up for an attempt.
And Mr. Fix-It gets plastered.
Captain Chemistry faster than a speeding bullet. Ooh, discovered the chemical formula for Ooh, Chewy, make the jump to light speed. Oh, cut down by our lightsaber.
That is a Wookiee mistake.
The Oompa Loompa making a daring dash on the green plank and is finally to the center. Now remember, he has to exit off the red plank.
He heads for the finish line. But takes the Wonkavator down to the bottom floor.
Marathoner, ooh, hits the wall. The wall hits her. The double cross making sure no runners get dehydrated on our course, which is nice.
Our marathoner should have cross-trained for this. Double cross-trained.
Double cross continues its destructive path, but the Birdman swoops to the center.
Look at Johnny, the sweeper arms circling him like vultures.
John, the Birdman leaves the center like a bat out of... Oh, there we go. He'll be the first one to make it.
He found refuge in our Birdman sanctuary and is the first to advance. You know, the early bird gets the worm, John.
Captain Chemistry to the center now. He's got to wait for that red plank, though, to line up with the finish line. Accelerating his particles. Oh! What the heck was that?
Oh, yeah. Did I forget to mention that? You see, the platform tilts randomly, making it a particle collider for Captain Chemistry.
Joel Grande giving it a try. Lines up the red plank, makes a run for it. He's got it, Johnny.
Our Oompa Loompa is one tiny step closer to that lifetime supply of Wonka bars.
You mean $50,000.
Whatever. Come on. Now it's Freak of Nature Frank Beasley and Deborah Blackwell. I don't think that plank is big enough for the both of them.
I don't think it's big enough for either of them.
Never surrender.
Unfortunately, that's also gravity's motto.
It's a bird, it's a plane. No, it's Captain Chemistry sprinting through to the next round.
And he takes our third spot.
And that leaves 3 spots. Here comes Freak of Nature Beasley. Yikes! For a second time, the platform gets freaky with him.
Second time.
I love this thing. And it's especially gratifying to see Frank wiping out here. But please don't tell him I said that.
Mr. Fix-It follows his blueprint trying to build toward a victory. He's off his sawhorse onto the landing platform. Sort of. He's got to move.
Please let it tilt, please let it tilt, please let it
He
tilt.
makes it. Oh!
I mean,
Yay! Just in time to be our 4th across.
Kami Mama Yana Zhernova rush into the center.
Oh, my God! Down she goes.
We brought the hammer, and our Russian brought the sickle.
With 2 spots left to go, Freak of Nature Beasley making an attempt at the landing platform, and he intimidates that platform into staying flat. Makes it to the next round.
I don't like that thing very much.
Sorry, sir, we'll make sure nothing angers you in the next round. The great thing about the double cross, Johnny, only the finest athletes can advance. And by finest athletes, I mean overweight, middle-aged guys. And as I had a freak.
1 spot left to go, and our marathoner, can't find the finish line.
Come on.
Swiss Miss diving for the platform. Whoa! She's down.
Oh, so close, Johnny. Just Swiss missed it.
So we have 2 ladies going head-to-head for that last spot with a shot at $50,000 on the line. Who's it gonna be?
Never surrender. Blackwell makes a break for it.
Like you thought she'd surrender, racing across the finish line.
Wonder what she's gonna say next.
Never give up, never surrender! Incarnation!
Tarnations? Apparently she also doesn't give up on exclamations from the 1880s.
She'll be joining the Oompa Loompa, Joel Grande, Captain Chemistry, Jason DeMuro, Kurt the Birdman Fuller, our Mr. Fix-It, Scott Griggers, and of course, Freak of Nature, Frank Beasley. We are back on Wipeout.
Where if you're up for the challenge, we will knock you down and make fun of you in front of a nationwide audience.
Half of our 12 second-round contestants were double-crossed, leaving us 6 people still in the running for the $50,000 prize. Here's a look at it.
Deborah Never Give Up, Never Surrender Blackwell, Joel Oompa Loompa Grande, Captain Chemistry, Jason DeMuro, Kurt the Birdman Fuller, our Mr. Fix-It Scott Griggers, and finally, the Freak of Nature Frank Beasley.
But if our contestants want to move on to the Wipeout zone, they'd better be wearing some sunscreen, because they're about to face down the beach party spinner.
Yeah, no fun in the sun to be had here, Johnny.
Our contestants will all be on our beach party spinner at the same time and must stay on as long as possible.
Ah, but they've got to jump over the sweeper arm as it swings around. Go under it or into the water, and you are out. There's also a $1,000 bonus up for grabs for the first person to get this brass ring.
We will play 4 rounds, and the winner of each of those rounds fills one of the spots available in the late-night bonfire known as the Wipeout Zone. That's where we start talking the 50 large.
All right, time to get things started. Our contestants' endless summer is about to get endlesser.
Johnny, looks like the final 6 are up and ready to go.
You know, this is a little intense.
Well, Frank, it's going to get even more intense when objects start dropping from our lifeguard stand above.
You know, Johnny, when I was a kid, I was a junior lifeguard at the city pool.
I didn't think you could swim.
Yeah, but they didn't know. And we are off. Oh, Oompa Loompa smackdown. Is he even tall enough to ride this ride?
Beach balls are flying, and so is Mr. Fix-It.
And Oompa Loompa. Johnny, what happened?
Well, Oompa Loompa is about 3 feet tall. There's no way he's going to make it over a 4-foot bar. And under, out.
And Mr. Fix-It is pure putty in our sweeper's arm. Let's hope he weatherproofs himself.
Now, our lifeguards are fully trained in CPR.
That's right. As in contestant pelting repeatedly. Beach blanket, bingo.
John, the beach party's in full swing. These 4 taking the hits, but staying focused.
Yeah, Frank with a crazed look in his eye, but that's just Frank being Frank.
No, I think he's eyeing that ring.
Cha-ching! $1,000 will buy Frank a lot of chloroform and duct tape.
Frank wisely tosses the ring before he starts to look more like Gollum. Oh! Lord of the Rings, he's done.
Whoa. Whoa, indeed, Jill. Today, Frank has had low blows on the qualifier, the double cross, and now the spinner. If he goes any further, he might be Lord of the Neuter.
3 left standing. We're in a big pile. Captain Chemistry steps over Birdman. for this round.
Hey guys, it's Deborah and Jason, neck and neck.
Never Surrender and Captain Chemistry gunning for the wipeout zone.
Captain Chemistry is just hoping to stay off his phosphor ass. Ooh, he's down.
Never give up. Never surrender.
Oh, they're both down. Is anybody gonna give up?
There's your answer, Johnny.
Whoa, wow. What the heck was that?
Well, as we see it again, Johnny, you notice here, Captain Chemistry was on his way out. So in that case, Deborah was already the winner.
Oh! Yeah, look at that. Never give up, never saw it coming.
All right, we're on to round 2.
Yeah, Jill, our contestant's looking terrifying.
Come on!
Johnny, round 2 is underway, but our contestants still look tired from round 1.
Yeah, and I can think of something else that's tired.
Never give up. Never surrender.
Right on cue.
No! Lupa's down again. He is at a major size disadvantage here, John. Oh, Captain Chemistry regains his pH balance.
Oh, but our chemistry superhero takes another chemical spill.
Birdman smacked with a wet towel. And now he's flying blind again.
Now, wouldn't that make him a Batman?
Birdman out for this round.
And now we are just down to 3.
Oompa Loompa and Mr. Fix-It are both down. The Oompa Loompa falls in the drink. He is out.
Oh, and Mr. Fix-It gets drilled.
Yes! That means Freak of Nature is moving on to the wipeout zone. Now, John, I'm hoping you two can make nice.
I love you guys. This is quite a contraption.
Yeah, we love you too, Frank. So happy you got to the wipeout zone.
Hoorah! Okay, Johnny, ready for another go, and it doesn't appear Oompa Loompa has grown any between rounds 2 and 3.
No, look at him. It's like we ordered him off the children's menu.
No height divisions in wipeout, though. Same rules for everybody. Oh, Birdman down!
Yeah, and went south for the rest of the round. Oompa Loompa side by side with the big boys. Looks like he's finally got the hang of this event.
Oh, the Oompa Loompa lands on his face.
Oompa Loompa doopity-doo. The sweeper arm's got another face plant for you.
And this time the Candyman levels the Handyman.
He's in for a walk-a-wash. Oh, Mr. Fix-It down the drain.
Captain Chemistry books a place in the wipeout zone.
Yeah!
Ah!
Oh.
3 contestants left, John. No more second chances.
And Mr. Fix-It and the Birdman better watch out because Oompa Loompa has got his game face on.
All right, this is our final round.
You know, America, this is what it's about. When Frank talks to America, does he think it can talk back?
Lifeguards are ready. 1 spot remains in the wipeout zone.
Birdman hoping this won't be his swan song on our course today. But he needs to get up quick. Oh, he is down and out. Mr. Fix-It and Oompa Loompa neck and neck trying to stay upright. The Oompa Loompa is down. Oh, dives head first for the save.
Oompa Loompa down again, recovering. Oh, the sweeper arm nails him. Wow, both men are down.
We have a photo finish.
To the replay then, Jill. The sweeper arm slams both, but Mr. Fix-It hits the water first, and it's the Oompa Loompa who wins a golden ticket to the wipeout zone.
Joining Oompa Loompa will be Deborah Never Give Up, Never Surrender Blackwell, Freak of Nature Frank B. And Captain Chemistry, Jason DeMuro.
We are back on Wipeout. Glad that you are too, because it's time for our final 4 contestants to make their run for $50,000.
That's right, we have saved the best for last, people. It is a finale so overloaded, it looks like we've got junk in our truck. It's the Wipeout Zone.
It begins at the Dreadmill launch, which fast tracks our finalists to a 40-foot drop, which ends with a plunge into freezing cold water.
Then it's on to our Gut Buster, 6 hydraulic blocks intent on busting guts.
Next up, they'll have to climb the Sinistairs while trying to avoid its devilish double sweeper arms.
And for the final stretch, it'll be a battle through the gauntlet. They'll have to weave through the crankshaft, dodge the blades of fury, and finally cross our extreme seesaw, the bruising beater totter to the finish platform.
4 contestants remain, and the one with the best time goes home 50 grand richer.
Up first, it's Captain Chemistry. He's hoping to have the right hypothesis to solve our wipeout zone.
Our science superhero, Jason DeMuro, reacted well with the qualifier, posting the 2nd fastest time of the day. He followed it up with explosive performances on the double cross and at the beach party, and now is hoping to earn gold in the wipeout zone.
All right, Jason is loaded up, treadmill is armed, countdown begins, and Jason has liftoff.
Crashing through the sheer descent waters, plummeting flying down 40 feet into the wipeout zone.
The key here is speed, John. The faster you run, the further you're launched into the wipeout zone and the closer you land to the next obstacle.
Jason's now on his way up to the powerful gutbuster.
Yeah, he's got to make his way across these 6 hydraulic blocks.
Nearing the top. Oh, overshoots the mark a bit, manages to hold on. That obstacle, not as easy as Jason made it look there.
Yeah, at only 1 minute and 15 seconds, Jason is already onto the sinister.
But he's getting blasted with water. He times that jump well and begins the ascent.
Now, John, the stairs are really the easy part. It's the sweeper arms you have to watch out for.
Oh! Wow, he is down. Let's take a second look.
You know, in science terms, that shot put our solid right back into the liquid, and I bet now he's probably going to be a little gassed.
Yeah, you can see he looks exhausted, but it's still moving at a very good clip. Climbing up, he's a little more cautious. He felt the power of those sweeper arms once. He's not going to make that mistake again. He is forging ahead. Now he's reached that top step, pulling himself up.
And he makes it look easy. His reward is facing the gauntlet. There's a science to making it across, and if he sees the pattern, it should be no problem at all.
Oh, gets caught and just flipped right into the water.
Yeah, that's what happens when you don't see the pattern, my friend. You are going to take a knock to your head and a knock to your time.
Jason, clearly winded now, trying to find the rhythm of this obstacle. Does he have it here?
Looks like he may have figured it out.
And now he's on the Blades of Fury. Doesn't wait, knifes right through, and all that's left now is that beater top.
If it throws him off, he's going to have to swim all the way back to the start of the gauntlet.
Oh, and there it is. Flings him right into the drink.
Yeah, Jason quickly learns that the beater totter is not child's play.
It is a long swim back. That'll cost Jason a lot of time. Up now for his 3rd attempt. Crossing by the crankshaft with ease through those Blades of Fury effortlessly, and now climbing back on the beater totter. Good balance here.
He slips backwards, but manages to hold on. Wow,
Yeah.
regains his balance, pulls himself up and across, and he is on.
A time of 10:14. Hoping to bring him down. PE teacher Deborah, never give up, never surrender Blackwell.
What in tarnation?
Deborah Never Give Up, Never Surrender Blackwell lived up to her motto the entire day, showing an unrelenting spirit on the double cross and eventually muscling out the competition at the beach party to become the only female in the Wipeout zone.
All right, John, Deborah is up. The launch sequence triggers the treadmill arm, and Deborah is off.
She has liftoff and bounces into the Wipeout water some 40 feet below.
Some good air that lands her right in line with the next obstacle. That was well done.
Now she's sprinting up to the gut busters.
Using speed and daring, looks like Deborah's going to take the same approach, but remember, those blocks are super slick.
Oh, and she is blasted by water there.
Nevertheless, Deborah holding on. Oh! Busted and into the drink.
Yeah, take a look here. You can see Deborah's haste and a blast of water caused her to slip right off that block.
She is back up, although now trailing Jason.
After that slip, it kind of looks like Deborah's being a little bit more cautious.
Looks kind of wobbly.
Oh, water blasting her, but she hangs on.
More water, another slip.
An amazing recovery, though finally she's across.
And what took Jason a little over a minute has taken Deborah 4.5.
Getting soaked, though, as she prepares to tackle the Cinestand.
I tell you, John, the Wipeout zone is relentless.
Begins her climb now, needs to negotiate 5 steps while avoiding those sweeper arms on both sides, practically sprinting to the top.
Wow, she handled these Cinestairs as only a gym teacher could, Johnny. And she's on. She saved herself a lot of time sprinting up those Cinestairs.
Yep, now she has to face the gauntlet. First up the crankshaft, but she's got to make sense of that rotation. Deborah, she may have this time right. Oh, a little hesitation. She's lifted up and thrown down into the water.
Yeah, the crankshaft reminding Deborah that what goes up must come down.
Second attempt on the crankshaft. She's now about 40 seconds behind Jason's pace. Looking pretty good so far. This is where she stumbled last time. Stutter step, a long stride.
Now up onto the Blades of Fury. Can't afford to waste time. Oh! Deborah gets slammed. Our blades send her back into the water, and with a long swim back, Deborah has probably only got one shot left to challenge Jason.
$50,000 on the line. Our only female in the Wipeout zone, making her way through the crankshaft once again on those Blades of Fury. Deborah cutting through the second set and now facing the beater top.
Any wipeout here, and it is all over for Deborah.
A little more than 30 seconds to go. Deborah eyeing a huge upset. The beater top relentlessly throwing her around. Time running down for Deborah. She's got to make a move. The beater totter trying to throw her, inching towards that edge. She's across, but down. Needs to get her feet out of that finish platform. Standing tall.
Never give up. Never surrender.
With a time of 10:05, Deborah never give up, never surrender. Blackwell comes from behind by just 9 seconds.
Fantastic stuff. Welcome back to Wipeout, where we are in the middle of an incredibly close and exciting competition in the Wipeout zone.
Blah, blah, 50 grand on the line to the leaderboard, Anderson.
As you see, Deborah Blackwell, the current leader. Freak of Nature still to come, but up next, Oompa Loompa Joe Grande. Let's take a look at his day so far. Our Oompa Loompa made short work of the qualifier, allowing him to sweeten up our double cross. Brought his game face to the beach party, landing him in a Wipeout zone of pure imagination. Our leader watching as the launch sequence begins. The Dreadmill's armed, the countdown underway, and Joel is off.
And there he goes, 40 feet into the air and bouncing into the water below. Fortunately, Joel doesn't put the pedal to the metal up top, and he falls a bit short of the next obstacle below.
Joel's out of the water, however, and onto the Gutbusters now. His height, a slight disadvantage, but maybe he can make that up with speed.
Yeah, Joel's taking some punishment to the midsection here.
He's on his feet, blasted by water, hopping, looping. Oh, that won't do it, a crash landing.
Joel trying to leap to safety, but instead our ledge knocks the wind out of him.
Has to start back at the beginning for his second attempt. Maybe a little more cautious, slowing down much like Deborah did on her second one. A blast from the water cannon. He slips, falls, and now he's drenched.
Joel completely mistimed that jump, and he ends up in the drink.
Joel's third try on the Gutbusters now. At 5:30, he has fallen well behind Deborah's pace.
Yeah, he jumped blasted by the water, slipping across. He got very lucky.
Leaps and finally across.
A minute off the pace, but Deborah made up a lot of time here. Let's see if Joel can do the same.
What we're looking for here is a clean run up the Sinister. Pull that off, and he's right back in the race. He's almost to the top now.
Oh, the sweeper arm swept him right off the stairs.
Let's get another look at that.
Yeah, he may have a low center of gravity, but the sweeper arm pulls his feet out from under him, and he just tumbles into the water below.
Our Grande contestant has a tiny margin for error. A wipeout, that would be devastating to him. He has only 2 minutes and a whole lot of wipeout zone left to take the lead.
He's doing everything he can. Those sweeper arms try to take him down.
Waiting there. And he is safely on. Deborah looking anxious, but the time's on her side. Joel on the move.
Oh! Let's see that again. Joel goes toe-to-toe with the crankshaft, which lands an uppercut and hurls him into the water.
Only 10 seconds left. Still giving effort on that crankshaft. Oh, and into the water one last time, and Joel is finished.
Deborah's time now looking very strong. Does anyone have what it takes to beat it? Uh-oh. Freak of Nature Frank Beasley posted an unnatural time on the qualifier. Despite a scary performance on the double cross, he rode a wave of momentum through our beach party to take him abnormally close to the $50,000.
Hoorah!
The launch sequence is initiated, the countdown begins, and Frank is off.
Yeah, I'll say.
A surprisingly timid start. He barely gets any air and then crashes into that water.
Yeah, it looks like Frank slipped on his launch, causing a bumpy flight down into the waters below, leaving him well short of his target.
Frank up to the Gutbusters. Wow, he's just flying, Johnny.
I told you, he's a super freak.
Yeah, super freak who's super fast, Johnny.
Oh!
Loses control, but what a break, tumbles forward right onto that last block and takes advantage, jumping safely across.
And he is by far the quickest to the Sinister so far today.
Trying to time it out. Frank dominating so far.
It's like he's on an escalator. He's not even flinching. Is he shaking his fist? Am I in trouble?
Deborah's time is what's really in jeopardy here. A little over a minute in, and Frank is already at the gauntlet. Whoa! Frank suffers his first wipeout of the night. Let's see that again, John.
Frank tried to leap over the bar, but got caught and rode that crankshaft all the way into the water.
Frank finally looking human, and he's got to learn you can't dictate to the crankshaft. You have to cooperate with it. He is through.
Now it's the freak of nature versus the blades of fury.
Now he is staring down the beater totter. Frank making a mad dash at 50,000. Oh, he's catapulted into the water.
Frank is just tossed from the top of the beater totter. His second wipeout of the day, now facing that long swim back.
Frank finally looking a little spent, but he still has about 5 minutes to beat Deborah's time. Onto that crankshaft, taking it very cautiously. There you go, he's across.
And slices and dices his way across, but his
Arch nemesis, the beater totter, remains.
Frank finally looking timid.
No, he's not. Charging across.
Unbelievable!
Fantastic finishing run. Game over.
You just won $50,000. You just won Wipeout.
Wow, that was awfully impressive, John. What'd you think?
I think I just wet my pants.
You're incredible, my friend. Well, that's going to do it for us. Join us next week when we have 24 new contestants taking on even crazier new objects. Until then, I'm John Anderson.
For Jill Wagner, I'm John Henson saying good night and big ball.